Hi friends, how's it going? My name is Mike. This channel right here is Health and Wealth. Thank you for joining me today. Today is actually Wednesday that I'm recording this video. Yieldmax just made a huge announcement of their distributions, and the one that I'm talking about today is, you probably guessed it by the thumbnail, ULTY. I did make a pretty good video on it earlier this week. I'll post that up top here. And at the very end, if you want to watch a little bit more detail about Ulty, I made a video about it that I think you're going to love. But what I'm doing today is I'm kind of just contemplating, do I buy these shares today or do I buy them tomorrow? Here's the plan. I'll kind of give you a quick synopsis on the battle plan over here. I'm taking my money from Misty Distributions and I'm going to put them into Ulty, building up my Ulty position up to 1,400 shares. From that, I'm just going to let it drip until I want to start using that money. But that's the plan. So I've received my Misty distributions in the mail. No, I'm just kidding. They showed up in my account here yesterday, which was Tuesday. I know this is very confusing because you're watching this on Thursday. But and I've been holding them. And I'm looking at the share price of Ulty. And I'm thinking to myself, do I buy it today or do I wait for the X distribution date? So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to talk about how many shares I should have by the end of the purchase, what I plan on doing with that money. If you're a like-minded human being who's looking to retire as quickly as possible, you enjoy high-yield content, I hope that you hit the subscribe button for me and the like and the follow and all of that good stuff. Here's the video that I posted a couple of days ago on Ulty. I titled it, I'm doing it, and it's official. While you're watching this video here, I've done it. I've bought shares. Now, I do have one small concern. 78% of the people that watched that video are not subscribed. I did gain about 200 new ones from this video. I hope to gain you as a subscriber. And if you do become a subscriber, hit the bell icon next to it. To allow notifications. I do lives all the time. We're going to be talking Ulty, Misty, Coney, Nvidia, Hui, HHIS for us Canadians up here. Should be a good time. Let's take a look at Ulty's share price, and I want to go over my thought process with you a little bit here. I'll zoom in just a touch. And the reason I haven't been in Ulty so far is because of this ladder downwards in the chart. And so I always said, no, not happening. New. But the people at Yieldmax had made some changes to the way they do things with Ulty. Something about a collar, something about some downside protection. We'll take a look at both of those coming up here in this video, so stay tuned for that. But as of April 8th and on, this share price is up 15%, much like most of the funds at Yieldmax or even stocks on the market right now. They're mostly up from April 8th till now. Okay, sure. Let's take that and push it aside. I'm also taking a look at the distributions that Ulty has paid out here over its time since going weekly. And since April, let's go 8, 8, 8, 9, 11, 10. So you can see it's very consistent in distributions here as I roll the mouse up and I have my arrow over top of them, paying out roughly 9 cents every single week. Now, that mixed with the consistent share price that is no longer diminishing or shrinking is a good combination. People are still nervous about this because what happens if the market tumbles? Will the share price do the same thing? And so it has not yet fully been tested, but Yieldmax has put some things in play here to kind of help that. And that's what I'm here for. This is the reason I'm buying this. And by the way, this is not advice. I'm just sharing my experience of what I'm doing with my money. Do your own research, but maybe I can help you with your research a little bit and share where I found this information to help you in the future. But I've highlighted only one name. So first of all, actually, I think I'll go backwards here. And I'll go here. This is Yieldmax's website. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Not necessarily all the way at the bottom, but down underneath the holdings. And I clicked on download all holdings. This updates just about every single day, by the way. And Ulty's Excel sheet is absolutely massive. They own some companies. They write calls. They write puts on companies. And so I have just highlighted one of the companies here, but you can see they have, I think, like 21 to 23 different positions out there that are all feeding into the Ulty fund here. But I've highlighted one, it's Robinhood, just to share my example with you. So in the dark green up top, and I'll try and zoom in just a bit here. Dark green up top, this actually signifies that they own shares of Robinhood. And it looks like 610,000 shares of Robinhood, 800. Holy smokes, that's a lot. And then they write calls and they write puts on it. And so the calls are here to collect premium, right? So we made premium. If we go up here, they made 99 cents per call and then 32 cents per call here, and two different strike prices, both ending this week on the 11th, so $95 and $100. And as of the time of this coming out, whenever they bought into these positions, they bought it at $91. So they're hoping that the share price doesn't go above $95 or $100 so that they can collect maximum premium right here. And again, this is just a very narrowed vision because they have all of these other positions out here. I'm just specifically talking about this one to show you how they make income. And then down below it in the orange here, they have a couple puts. And so this is our downside protection. They've created these puts, this insurance, if you will. And if the share price of Robinhood dips low, then we will go ahead and make money here as well on the put side. And so anything with a minus next to it is money that they've harvested for us in income on premiums. Anything without that minus sign is them paying money to create a put position or to create a insurance position just in case the stock price dips below. You can see $83 and $85 sitting right there. So that's how they're starting to protect our upside and our downside protection here. And that gives me a little bit more faith in the fund that if we did have a long downturn, that the ride won't be as bumpy as it would have been if we were, a couple of months ago looking at the share price. You can see the downside here where they didn't have that. This prospectus was changed in April, and you could see, we've been in a bull market ever really since that time, so we haven't had to have that tested so much yet. But yeah, I'm in it now because I believe in that strategy for this specific fund. It's kind of interesting to go through. You can go through all of the different companies and funds they have and income that they've made from all of these funds. Lots of names in here that I really believe in. It's funny, Reddit is valued at such a high amount on the stock market, but they got Mara, they have SMCI, they have Robinhood, they have Mr. TQQQ, they do have Tesla. That one I'm not a big believer in. Not in its current state with its current person running the show over there. They have Coin. They have a lot of different names. They actually have some names in here I've never heard of. Super volatile stocks in there. That's what they're trying to go for here to generate maximum premium for us. So what I've done is I've taken a look at how much money Misty has paid me, and so it's $626 Canadian. I went ahead and just kind of transitioned that over to US because Ulty, I'm going to be buying that in US funds. And so that works out to $392 of money I can spend tomorrow morning. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend it tomorrow morning. I want to take a moment to tell you the reason why. So every single X distribution date so far, the price has dropped a little bit, and usually it drops the amount of the distribution announcement. So today is going to be 9 cents. I just want to share some examples with you. If we go to, let's go to 6 month. Yeah, there we go. So it should be every Thursday that we're looking at here. Let's go all the way back to April, and let's look at Wednesday. It's $5.78. The next day it went up a couple cents, right? Remember, we're in an upswing here. Let's go to the next week. Wednesday, $5.90. Thursday, $5.86. So there's a small drop. Let's go to the next week, $5.96. And the next day went up, right? Okay, so we're upswinging here, but now we're kind of flattening out. Let's go to Wednesday, $6.36. Thursday, $6.14. This is what I'm talking about here. I don't know if the same thing is going to happen tomorrow, but for me, I want to buy on that X date to automatically get a automatic share discount, if that makes sense. So let's go here. Wednesday 611, Thursday 601. So drop 10 cents. Wednesday 624, next day $6.13. So dropping 11 cents again on that day, but it recovers every single week, it seems here, which is really nice. We're catching up. $6.27. Next day, 604. Okay, you guys catch the drift here. Wednesday, $6.26. Thursday, 619. So big savings if you buy on the X date every single time, it seems here. Here's Wednesday, 627. Next day, 620. We're catching really close up here, 627. And Thursday, no change in share price. So maybe that'll happen tomorrow. Maybe it won't. Or today when you're watching this video, 632, and then the next day 628. So that's what I'm banking on over here. When I purchase my ULTY, I'm gonna do it on the X date, so I won't capitalize on the previous week's distribution. What's really nice here is that this comes out every single week, so I don't have long to wait for it to be capitalized on. And so tomorrow, I'll bring up my calculator here. I have $392 to spend, and it's really tough for me not to say tomorrow, just so you guys know. Let's take a pause. Today, when you're watching the video, the reason I'm recording it on Wednesday is because I'm going to be going to New York City for the yieldmax event on Friday, and I won't have time to record this video while I'm there. So I'm recording it here in Canada before I leave for your viewing pleasure. So I'll have $392. I'm probably going to buy in the pre-market while I'm at the airport, most likely. So 392, and let's just divide that by today's share price, 624. Remember, I'm kind of hoping that it dips down an extra 9 cents lower than that, but let's go with this. That buys me 62 shares. I actually already own 8 shares. I was able to buy some with some cash in my account. So I have 8 shares, and so that's going to give me 70 shares of Ulty. The hope is that next month, or 4 weeks from now, 3 weeks and some odd days from now, I can take that Misty money and do it again and buy another 70 shares. That's my hope here. So it's 70 shares. Now, if we divide that by, or we multiply that by, let's call an average of 9 cents a month, that's going to pay $6.30. I have drip turned on for Ulty, which means it's going to buy me 1 share every single week. We're not talking major money just yet, but I hope to bring this up to 1,400 shares. If I do 1,400 shares and I multiply that by the 9 cents, then you're looking at $126 a week. You multiply that over 4 weeks, you're looking at $504 a month. And if you haven't been watching for very long, I am currently attempting to get 6 pillars of income. And here are all of my companies that I currently own, or all my ETFs that I currently own. I'm trying to get to 6 pillars of income paying me $500 a month, thus bringing in $3,000 a month. I'm done my NVIDIA. I'm not buying anymore. I'm currently taking Misty up to 500. Coney's set to drip, so it's not even close to getting there just yet, but it's dripping, which means it's just going to buy the shares for me automatically to get me there. Down here, Hui, I just started a position in it. HHIS, same thing. And Ulty, same thing, right? So really, I have 2 funds that I'm not going to touch anymore, which is NVIDIA and Coney. Hui, NVIDIA are going to buy Misty. Let me go back up here. And Misty is going to buy Ulty. That's the plan. We're going to rotate these around. I'm going to get Ulty to buy itself. And until I get my Misty up to 500 shares, I'm getting pretty close to that one. Then I'm going to take Hui, Misty, and NVIDIA, and I'm going to buy Ulti until it gets to 1,400. Then I'll take those 3 and I'll buy something else with it. So that's the battle plan. What's your plans? What are you planning on doing with your money? Are you living off it yet? Are you doing anything special with that money? For me, I'm still building the castles over here. I'm at the early stages of retirement planning, and so I'm enjoying the process, that's for sure. It's fun to do if you are a like-minded person. I hope you hit the subscribe button down below. If you enjoy the content, leave a comment. I would love to have you commenting, telling us your plan, because I think we can all learn from each other, right? And I find that's really valuable about retail investment. That's kind of what we are, right? So Leave a comment, let everybody else know what you're up to. Let me know what you're up to as well. And again, if you enjoyed the content, hit the like, subscribe. My name is Mike. You're going to love this Ulty video right here. I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.